Hi, everybody, and welcome to NSS. This is the Reynolds Report. George Hamilton IV, the international ambassador of country music, passed away on Wednesday following a heart attack over the weekend. The 77-year-old will be remembered for his songs, his crossover from pop to country, and for inspiring what fans know today as the CMA Music Festival. The majority of his country radio success came between 1960 and 1973. In total, he notched 9 top 10 hits during that span. The Winston-Salem, North Carolina-born singer became a member of the Grand Ole Opry in 1960. He soon became known for his international outreach. By recording songs from Canadian singer-songwriters like Gordon Lightfoot and Phil Oakes, he became extremely popular in both countries. He even hosted a Canadian television show for 6 years. Rest in peace, George Hamilton IV. The doctor who was performing a procedure on Joan Rivers when she stopped breathing allowed cameras into her office for a Celine Dion documentary, performing a vocal cord procedure and joking around with the famous singer. Clearly a doctor to the stars. Dr. Gwen Corrivan checked out Celine's strained vocal cords for the singer's 2010 documentary Through the Eyes of the World. The procedure is called a laryngoscopy, in which the mouth and oral cavity is numbed so the patient can respond to the doctor's commands. Her other celebrity patients have included Lady Gaga, Hugh Jackman, John Mayer, and Brooke Shields. Corrivan was not certified to perform medical services on Ms. Rivers during her endoscopy. She was reportedly performing a biopsy when Ms. Rivers stopped breathing. CNN is reporting that the doctor took a selfie while Ms. Rivers was under anesthetic. Nice. One sure sign that George Clooney's wedding is drawing closer: tequila. The groom-to-be's good friend is Randy Gerber. You might recognize that name. He's married to supermodel Cindy Crawford, also heir to the Gerber family fortune of baby food. He was recently photographed loading 100 cases of his own brand's award-winning tequila onto a jet headed from California to Italy. George Clooney and his fiancée, Amal Almudin, vacationed with the Gerbers in Los Cabos, Mexico last year, and the Gravity star and his fiancée celebrated their engagement at Gerber's Cafe Habana in Malibu in May. The couple will undoubtedly be guests at the Oscar winner's upcoming wedding, which Clooney says will take place in Venice. All right, the latest index lists Panama as the happiest place on Earth. The U.S. came in 14th. It would have been higher, but the study was done before the new Apple Watch came out. North Korea has issued a new report naming itself as the country with the best record on human rights, and apparently also the country with the best sense of humor. The MacArthur Foundation has released its annual list of those receiving its fellowships, also called Genius Grants. Gee, I haven't heard anything yet. They must have my old cell phone number. NASA has awarded contracts to Boeing and SpaceX to transport astronauts to the International Space Station, which means that soon the American space program will no longer have to rely on Russian rockets. In other words, no more zero-gravity carpooling. In a new interview, an animal expert says that we're stressing out our cats by expecting them to be affectionate and cuddly when they're independent and have their own lives to lead. I'm sorry, are we talking about cats here or teenagers? A government report says that the Chinese have repeatedly hacked into U.S. airlines' computers. Well, that explains why every time I get on an airplane, the in-flight movie is one of Jackie Chan's. The new video game NBA 2K15 allows for digital face mapping of yourself so that your face can appear on a virtual basketball player that you create. It's kind of like you've joined your favorite team. That way you can get a real feel for what it's like to ride the bench. Apparently, you even get to choose your own Kardashian. People magazine has named Taylor Swift Best Dressed. She actually wasn't going to be their choice, but they were afraid that if they didn't give her the title, that she'd write a song about them. Hey, thanks for checking in. We have a new episode of the Reynolds Report every weekday. The Frank D'Angelo Band is currently appearing across the country during their fall tour. Tonight in Montreal at the Leonardo da Vinci Center Theater. A few tickets still remain, but not many. Tomorrow night in Ottawa at the Casino at Lac Lemay. Thursday in Toronto at the Markham Theater, and October 4th at the Casino in Halifax.